This is the Faders Up Podcast.
Welcome to the Faders Up Podcast. I'm Czar.
It's your boy Oshay.
And this is a podcast about pro audio and beyond. If you got a question you want answered on the podcast, you can hit us up at fadersuppodcast@yahoo.com. Or you can join us in our Facebook group, Faders Up Podcast, and all guests and hosts that appear on the podcast will be in the show notes. And don't forget to rate and review us on Apple Podcast and Spotify. Yes, we are back. Finally back. It's been, I don't even know how long, but it's been way too long.
It's been a minute, man. We glad we done rearrange schedules and everything just because, man, we miss y'all.
I swear, y'all, we've been trying to do an episode. I think my internet was out one weekend. Like for the whole weekend, I literally just left the house because I just couldn't stay here with no internet. I got COVID one weekend. It's just crazy.
And then I've been working 50,000 hustles, man. So it's like, we pick a time. Nah, I can't do that. I'm doing ice cream truck then. Nah, I can't do that. I'm DJing. Nah, I'm doing it. It's like, bro, it's been a grind, man. But I'm sure most of our listeners can relate to that for sure.
You got to tell me the ice cream
story
truck
behind.
Yeah, how did that happen? That sounds like something you just find in a newspaper ad or something.
It's super random. Crazy thing is, I had known about it, but I had forgot. Had I realized this at the start of summer, I would have been busting heads all summer, man. But long story short, my barber, who's also a friend of mine who I go to church with, he owns the truck. It's called Classic Cream Ice Cream Truck. He's owned it. He's had the ice cream truck as long as he's been a barber, like over 20 years. And so I was in the chair, getting a chop maybe about 5-6 weeks ago, and he was just talking about the truck, and I was like, I just said, hey, bro, I'm like, if you show me your route, I drive the truck for you, man. And so that's really how it came about, is like, kind of in this transition season that I'm in. Took a break from my financial planning business, just getting used to being married and trying to make sure I'm doing what I need to do, income wise, for the family. So, schedule's just different. I got a lot of flexibility. I'm like, hey, I got time. And it turned out to be fun, man. Like, I know it's super random. Like, I texted my nephew. I'm like, hey, I'm driving an ice cream truck. It's like, okay. Like, yeah, you don't expect any of your friends to just randomly be like, hey, bro, I started driving an ice cream truck.
All right. So, question, do you have the classic ice cream song or Master P playing when you come through the neighborhood?
Bruh, so funny you said that. So it's the classic joint, but I was being technical, just engineering geek. So it's like a little box, and it got 5 or 6 different songs on it. So it got, I hear it all day and now, and I can't even think of it. But so when I get tired of it, I switch it. But it got a little aux cable that I could pull out the box. So I had been talking to my boy Tone about remixing it and like using those tones with a beat and stuff. But it's like, I don't really got time to do that. Yeah. But for next summer, I'm busting out the ONG Beats remix, man. But yeah, it's been fun, man. It's funny, all my experiences, it's kind of everything flows in and out of one another. You know what I'm saying? It's like I would have never even thought about, that season doing financial planning if it wasn't for my experience in education. I wouldn't be doing an ice cream truck if it wasn't for my experience with other entrepreneurial ventures. So it's you ever be in the middle of something. You could be painting a house and then realize, oh snap, that thing that happened 20 years ago, wow, it's coming back to me right now. It's helping me do, this thing. So that's the unpacking of how I randomly started driving an ice cream truck.
Gotcha. Yeah, so this episode, we're going to talk about moving our setups because both of us have recently moved our setups. O'Shea got happily married and I got happily divorced. So we're in different spaces now. And we're just going to talk about, what we went through, our experiences in
about moving that setup, not experience with marriage and divorce. That's a whole nother podcast.
Well, yeah, we're going to start with our normal segment of Who's Been Pushing Faders Up, where we briefly discuss what we've been working on. Normally, we go around to our guest and start there. No, we don't start with the guest, but normally we start with one of us. But since it's just you here, so we'll start with you. How you been pushing faders up?
Yo, man, yeah, man. Obviously, I heard the ice cream truck, but as far as specifically with music, man, just deep, man, been on my DJ grind, man. I had 3 gigs this summer already. I did a college send off. I just did a gospel festival in Hadley Park. That's North Nashville. Yesterday, I got another gig Friday. So I have the honor for our Nashville listeners. You'll know what I'm talking about. If you ain't from here, you're like, I don't know what that means. But I got the honor of doing the last event at Cinema before they close on Saturday. So Cinema on not 8 South, but you know what I'm talking about, like over there off of by the Chick-fil-A, like going in the Hattie B's, yeah.
So they're closing the restaurant?
They close, they're done. They're closing. And so they close.
I never got a chance to eat there. That was on my that's been on one of my lists of places to eat at.
Bro, I ate there before, but it was years ago, so I can't remember. But the ambiance is next level. So, I'm DJing the wedding reception Friday night, and then they close on Saturday. So yeah, just grinding. Got another wedding reception next month. So really, just trying to grow. You know what I'm saying?
I'm mad about that, bro. No, for real. Because that's
cinema or hearing me talk about weddings?
Nah, just cinema. Because I really wanted to try to get over there and get me a meal, and then I just found out I'm starting to plan to go to NAMM in January, and I'm trying to decide. Yeah, I'm trying to decide where I'm gonna stay at. I know where I'm staying at in Anaheim, but I normally stay in LA a day before I go over to Anaheim, and I've been trying to decide where I want to stay at as far as what area. And I've been staying in Little Tokyo, but there's a restaurant that I really like the next block over, that has the best French toast. They got creme brulee French toast, and I just happened to look them up.
That sound bougie, man. I ain't gonna hold you, bro. Zara over here eating creme brulee. Wait, how you say it again?
Creme brulee.
See, I can't even pronounce stuff like that, man. It's
creme brulee dipped French. Man, that's so good.
People from Memphis should not be able to pronounce that word, let alone eat it, man. You're supposed to be eating chicken and waffle.
But they, I looked them up on Google Maps because one of the hotels I was looking to stay in, and I want to see how far away it would be. And those 2 dreaded words in red on Google Maps.
Oh, closed?
Permanently closed.
That'd be the worst, bro.
I ain't even got no sad crying sound effect to hit on the button on the soundboard.
I can hear the genuine sadness in your tone. Your disposition changed for a split second.
And I was like, well, no need for me to stay in Little Tokyo.
But as far as not about California, but about cinema, you still got a good 5 days to get there this week.
I thought they closing this Saturday.
Yeah.
I thought you meant this past Saturday.
No, they're not closed yet. I'm saying I got the event coming up on Friday. Then they closed the next day.
So they will not be open Saturday.
I do not believe so, but I mean, you
Okay.
can Google it. Matter of fact,
Yeah, it's got to be some articles about it because they've been around for a while.
Cinema Nashville
You got me thinking when
closing. When can you?
when can I get over there?
Yeah. Nashville Scene posted about it. Like the first week of August. Closing after 10 years. Let's see. Oh, yeah. So they will be open on Saturday. So their final service day will be Saturday, August 31st. So it's probably going to be dunk up in there, bro.
So,
you better get there midweek, man. Matter of fact, I'm about to share this on Facebook to ensure it's going to be crowded, man. So get there before Saturday.
I'll figure something out.
Yeah. But anyway,
yeah. How else you been pushing Faders Up?
So other than DJing, I'm revamping or restructuring my course at Belmont. So I'm going into year 5 as an adjunct professor teaching hip hop production techniques, where we look at the culture and the craft of hip hop production. So this year, I've structured the course across 16 weeks, like going from 1973, the birth of hip hop, to current. So every week, we're going to look at like the discography or the background information on key pioneering figures within a specific time frame. So, for example, the first week, Tuesday night, we cover 1973 through 1978. So we're going to talk about Africa Bambaataa, DJ Kool Herc, and Grandmaster Flash. So all that to say, I haven't been able to recycle my content like I've been doing for the past several semesters because I changed the format. So, bro, that's been taking time. I'm talking about like I'll spend like hours a day. And I use AI. I've gotten real good at using AI to kind of bounce ideas off and kind of help me formulate some of my thoughts. And even using AI, like it's still taking me like hours a day just to get things the way I want it. So that's the main thing. No mixing, no beat making lately, just DJing and cultivating my curriculum. So I'm humbled and happy that I still get to do, things that I love that bring me joy. So, yeah, man. Well, what about you, bro?
I'm going to start off just before I forget that you mentioned that you've been using AI. I'm going to end up doing a video about this, just kind of explaining this. So I actually used Lander mastering for a client.
Oh, this was your first time?
No. I mean, my first time using it for a client. Yeah.
Oh.
I mean, I have it. I am an affiliate for Lander. And I do think that Lander mastering sounds good, but of course, being who I am and what I do, yeah, I'd rather do this on my own.
Yeah.
But I've had, I had a client hit me up and he wanted 6 songs mastered. I said, okay. And this is on I think it's on a Sunday. And, I always ask the question, when do you need it? When do you?
He better not have said tomorrow.
I already said Tuesday.
Ah, man, chop him in the throat, man.
I said, ain't no way I'm turning around 6 songs. Or maybe it was either Tuesday or Wednesday. However, it was short. It was short notice. And I was like, ain't no way I'm turning around 6 songs in less than 72 hours, or especially with my schedule. So I was like, yeah, that's not going to happen. But then I thought about it. I said, okay, well, actually, I explained to him that I can use AI mastering to do it, and I can just charge you less since it'll take me less amount of time. And I explained to him that, hey, with this AI mastering, what you get is what you get. Like, we're not going to be able to tweak stuff. And he was fine with that, and that's what we did. So yeah, I'm gonna I'm going to do a YouTube video here, just kind of explaining, to people that, you may have a use for it, even if you think you don't.
Yeah.
Because I mean, there's a lot of other stuff that comes with Lander Studio, but obviously the Lander mastering comes with it as well. And I've actually,
what?
I'm doing,
never mind. It's going to take us too far off track.
I'm going to also do a video on. I've also changed my mastering chain. Where I've got a mastering chain of all Waves plugins that I use, and I did something different last month, and I liked it, so I'm going to keep using it. And that chain, I forget exactly what's in the chain, but I think like Sonable Smart EQ4, just for some small adjustments. But the two biggest things in the chain is Freak Tube by, I should know this.
And this is all cloud-based, or they got an actual app for Lander?
So Lander, you can do it online like you always been, but they now have, was it last year? They have a plugin now. They actually have two. They have two plugins actually. One plugin is just the one-click master solution. The other plugin gives you more control over stuff, meaning you have control of, there's EQ, saturation, I think a DS are on there. You just have more hands-on control with it. That's the one I use. So I use Freakport, Freak Tube, which is a box that has 4 tubes in it. It's got 2 different type of tubes in it. And it's one of those, like, it's hardware, but it's plug-in controlled. So you're processing your signal, your track through actual tubes. Great for adding some harmonics. And I like using it across the whole mix. So I've been using that when I master. And then I've also been using the Lander mastering plugin, the one that, so there's Lander mastering, and then I think Lander mastering standard. So the one I use is Lander mastering, which is just, like I said, it gives you more control. So I can tweak it a little more. It still runs the AI part, and I let it do that. But once it's done with that, I tweak it a little bit to my liking. And that's what I've been. And then I follow that up with like Sonables, True Balance, and True Level, just to check the levels and everything. And that's been working out pretty well. What else? I just finally finished my review of the Lintech, which is Lindell Audio's solid state Pultec style EQ. That'll definitely be out by the time y'all hear this. Mix Checker. I've been sent Mix Checker, the latest version of Mix Checker.
I've seen it. I've used that before, I think.
Which I'm gonna check out. And what else? I've been reviewing some plugins. Hornet plugin sent me their H76, which is their 1176, which is pretty good for like a $20, $25 1176 style plugin. I feel like so much has gone on. I also got the PreSonus Quantum HD8, which is their newest flagship interface. Did I need it? No. Did I feel kind of obligated to get it? Yes. It's funny because I was about to do a video on, is it time for PreSonus to update these quantum interfaces? And then I get invited to a Zoom call with PreSonus where they're introducing them. I was like, oh man. But I believe it's since we last recorded. I can't remember exactly when they came out, but yeah, PreSonus came out with 4 new interfaces. And this HD8 is pretty sick. All brand new converters. It's got reamping. It's got loop back. It's right now at this point, it's probably the top of the line interface that's out. Not saying across all interfaces, just probably like in its price range, especially like the converters and dynamic range and all that. But like I was telling my homeboy, it's probably got the best converters right now, but that's just because PreSonus was the first to step it up to that level. Now it's everyone else's turn to make their move. So, yeah, we're gonna go ahead and get into our main topic here, where we're talking about moving our setups. The first thing, like, how frustrating was it for you to move your setup?
I mean, if I had to rate on a scale of like 1 to 10, I mean, no higher than a 7, only because, and I'm sure for you, most of my stuff, it's mobile anyway. Like, it's not like I had to break down, like, you know what I'm saying? Like all this stuff that was never intended to be moved, right?
Well,
so,
it was very different for me then.
yeah, well,
yeah, I get it though.
So I get first, let me describe my setup for the listeners, because I think the level of frustration could be different based on. So when you're dealing with a room, you have your actual equipment. So things that you have to plug in, unplug, whatever. I'm hoping that there's some sort of acoustic treatment. So you have the effort of taking that down. Then if you've done tuning in the room, that's a different story. Like if you've done these things, made these precise calculations and adjustments based on a very specific room, that would be hella annoying to have to go to another room and do it all over again. That wasn't my thing. So, I would probably say let's see, I was still living, I'll probably say in a 3 to 5 year window. I moved less than that. In less than 4 years, I've had to move my setup 3 times.
Oh God.
Yeah. So I think the very first time that was the most annoying, because I just recklessly hung my wall panels and base straps. So I'm talking about, I drilled holes in the wall with L brackets, and spoiler alert, you can hang like a 50-pound wall panel using a little small up picture hanger. I wish I would have known that like 4 years ago, before I basically destroyed like this wall. But yes, I would say, no more than a 7. It's not any more frustrating than having to move in general. So every time I move my setup, it's because I was moving to a different place. So that was just another thing to throw in the U-Haul truck. I think the more frustrating part is resetting it up. Like man, because when you try to move and stuff, like you just throwing stuff in. I try to keep it organized, but now, like we was late recording today because I'm like, wait, where did I put that adapter? Like my adapter for my interface is in one basket. My mic is in another, you know what I'm saying? So that is stressful, especially when you're on a time crunch. So that's how my experience has been.
You talk about reckless. I recklessly unhooked everything and threw all the cables in a box, which
like no wrapping, just like
no wrapping. I may have folded them, but yeah, that was a horrible idea. So I sat here a couple of weeks ago. I sat in my living room with this big ball of cables, just unraveling them.
At least I'm pretty sure they wasn't 100-foot cables.
No, they're like 10 to 15, maybe 5. But I tried to I tried to separate, one box of stuff that's going to be here and what's going to be in storage. But yeah, that was definitely frustrating for me, is dealing with the cables. As far as breaking everything down, wasn't too bad. I did get a little worried putting everything in storage, because it just got to a point where I'm like, is this going to fit? But I was able to get everything in there, which now that I got everything in there, I can now start the process of getting some of the stuff out, because I don't need not just studio gear related, but there's still stuff in storage that I just don't need. So I'm going to go ahead and hit that up on Facebook Marketplace and see if I can move it. What else was frustrating? I mean, I did a good job of labeling the boxes. But there is, and you probably experienced this with moving, but you get to a point where when you first start, you're focused into, I need this. This is going with me. This is going in storage. And then it gets to a point where it's like, you get to stuff that is like, do I need this? Oh, F it. Just put it in the box and bring it.
I still got stuff in boxes now. Not music studio stuff, but just stuff where it's like, and I don't want to be a hoarder, like
right.
A certain family member who I love very deeply, who's not with us anymore. I'm not going to say who the family member was, but like that person was a hoarder. But there's sometimes some stuff where it's just like I had to say to my wife, like, babe, I need you to help me go through these boxes. Cause I'm like, that's not something I would use on a daily basis, but I might, yeah,
I just might.
That's the struggle, bro. So, but as far as music stuff, the only thing that I have a redundancy for, ironic, you said your frustration with the cables, is cables. Like miscellaneous cable, not XLR cables, not quarter inch. All of those have a purpose. I'm talking about, I don't know how the hell I have amassed so many freaking USB cables. It's like, bro.
They come with everything you buy almost.
Bro, I got so many USB cables, so many I got one, and I use the gallon Ziploc bags for these miscellaneous cables. I mean, I got Ethernet cables. I got the old iPod charge cables, like the one that was like wide. I mean, bro, it's
hold
like
that thought. I found my iPod.
Wow, what generation?
iPod Nano.
I still got it's somewhere in this room. I got an 8 gig Nano.
I went ahead and gave it to Goodwill. I'm like, there's no way I'm going to use this. But it was just funny to come across that. Yeah, you said that with cables, and see me, I have enough cables, and I know I have enough cables, but I'm the type of person, if I can't find a cable, or if I can't find something, I'm just going to go get another one.
That's what happened. Yo, but sometimes it can work out in your favor. So long story short, not my gig yesterday. Well, I don't know if it's going to be a long story or not, but the gig before yesterday, I get there, I got everything set up, got my DJ table set up, my laptop, my controller, speaker, everything's good to go. And I'm like, oh crap, I forgot my USB cable. Thankfully, my wife was with me, and we were in Brentwood, and we live in Brentwood. So I was like, all right, can you just run back to the crib and get it? She passed Guitar Center before she got back to the crib. So it's like, it'd be quicker to just go buy another one. So she buys it. But I'm like, yo, keep the receipt. Because I'm like, I do not need another USB cable.
They going Guitar Center will probably bust your head for a USB cable. Best Buy too. So
it was a USB cable, and it was like a 1/4 inch adapter for my headphones. However much it was, 20 some bucks or whatever. I don't know. But anyway, I have reminded her a few times, like, hey, I still want to take that back. Thank God we didn't take it back, because yesterday I'm getting ready for my DJ gig, and I'm like, I still got stuff in boxes. I'm like, yo, I am not trying to dig through boxes to get USB cable. Let me just grab that Guitar Center one off my night. It was still in the Guitar Center bag, because I'm telling you, I was committed to return that gem. I'm like, I'm glad I didn't return it.
One thing that almost got me was my desk. So I have an Argosy Halo desk.
Of course you do.
For whatever reason, I thought that I was going to be able to first I thought the movers would be able to get it out the door. They couldn't. So I moved most of my stuff except for the desk. Came back to get the desk, broke the desk down, and that's when I realized just how heavy it was. I was like, I'm not carrying this by myself. But I just put it on the U-Haul. I'm like, I'll figure it out later. Hit my homeboy come by and he helped me get it up here and get it put back together. So all that worked out. But oh man.
Yeah, that sounds annoying. I threw my desk away last time. Like my desk that I had like actually built myself, like cut the wood and sanded and did all that stuff. It was like I was just ready for something new. So part of the reason why like my setup ain't even set up in the new place yet is because I got rid of the desk. So it's like it ain't nothing to put. I mean, now it's on like a little cheap, little Walmart, little small drink, two of them put together. But I know the desk I want to get is just joint on Amazon for like $350. But I'm like, yo, as soon as I get this check for this gig, for this grant, which they kind of jerking my chain right now, but that's a whole nother conversation. But I think like even in spite of the frustration, like people talk about, you know, the gift and the curse, or, you know what I'm saying, the blessing in, you know what I'm saying, the frustration or whatever, is like there are some good things, it's not all bad, like having to move your setup. I mean,
what's a good thing about it?
I mean, I think it forces you to kind of reevaluate, kind of like what you were saying about, do I really need this? You know what I'm saying? So I think it forces you to take inventory. If you move into a smaller space, then it definitely forces you to streamline, because it's like, yo, now for you, that's different, because it's like no normal person would need 25% of the stuff you got. You know what I'm saying? But it's like, but for you, like everybody has their thing. Like somebody might walk in my closet and be like, there's no reason one man has 60 pair of sneakers. It's like, there's no reason you should have 60 pair of sneakers. They ain't got nothing to do with me.
I definitely got rid of a lot of shoes and still have a lot of shoes. But
bro, here's how bad I am. I had a bag of clothes and sneakers in my trunk to give away to Goodwill. It was in my trunk for months. Finally, I was like, all right, I'm going to take it today. But not like today, but, you know, one day. I was like, before I do, let me just look in here again real quick. I took a pair of sneakers out that drink. Like they had been in there for months. At one point, I committed and I said, I don't need these. On second thought, yeah, give me those Pumas back.
You see, I've been selling a lot of the shoes that I've been wearing. I've been selling them on like Poshmark and Mercari, and I've got a whole storage thing of shoes here. I got 2 storage things of shoes here, and I got 1 storage thing in storage and a bunch of shoes still in the box in storage. And then I was looking for a pair of shoes today because I'm getting ready to I'm getting ready to go on vacation, and I'm like, oh, those shoes will match, you know, these shirts. I can't find the shoes. I'm like, where the hell are these shoes at? Are they in storage? And I thought about it. I said, oh, bro, hold on. I went to my Poshmark app and like I sold them. I'm like, damn.
See, man, that's my thing. I think in an ideal world, cause my rule is I don't pay more than $100 for a pair of sneakers. But in the perfect world, where I have everything working the way I want it to, I'll definitely break that $100 rule, and I definitely want to double cop. Like in the future, I like when I see a pair of shoes I like, I want to buy 2 pair, like a pair to wear and a pair just to hold. Cause I know this has happened to you. Like you be like you just miss a pair of shoes that you had like 10, 15 years ago. And like now the price is like astronomically high. You like, man, I wish I would have bought an extra pair of those.
Yeah. See, my new rule is if I get a new pair of shoes, I need to get rid of a pair of shoes. So I've been trying
no fun.
I've been working on it. I just bought 2 new pair of Cole Haans. So I'm like, I'm trying to find
Oh, seeing you doing shoes, you not just doing sneakers. You doing like sneakers and like shoes.
Well, some of the Cole Haans I get are like sneakers. They're just so comfortable that yeah, and then just the deal I was able to get, and I was like, yeah, let me go and get 2 pair. Let me go and get this color and that color. So, but yeah, definitely. That's definitely a good thing about moving your setup, though, is it does force you to reevaluate things. And I am in a smaller space, so I am trying to downsize, which I did. What did I sell? My Smart C1LA bus compressor. Wasn't using it. My Chandler TG Opto compressor, wasn't using it. I've taken a few pieces down to the studio. Let me see. An 1176 I took down there, and the my Mog compressor I took down there. I'm going to use those to track vocals with. I think I'm going to sell my Chandler little Double Pre. Again, I don't use it, but some stuff it makes hard for me to sell just because I got such a good deal on it. Like my La Chapelle 500 DT, which is a tube preamp that blends between solid state and tube. That's been discontinued, and I think I paid like less than $300 for it.
Oh wow!
So it's like it's kind of like might as well keep it. But I don't know. Yeah, I'm definitely looking at trying to downsize some stuff and then reevaluating what's going to go in my desk here. I've only got the Lin 2A and Lintech in there right now, and the Manly ELOP I'm going to put in here for sure. But yeah, reevaluating that as well. What's going to go in the desk, because I am trying to make my setup smaller and a little more efficient, to where, if something goes wrong, I don't have to check like 20 different things to figure out where the problem is.
I think it's good, like on a creative level too. Like being in a new physical environment is like new shapes, new color. Well, usually, it's still going to be white walls, but just being in the season of newness is like, you look at things differently. Like now my challenge, that forced me to be creative, because basically, so my wife and I, we are both using the second room. Like, so basically we basically got bookcases. Basically the room is divided in half. So now I'm thinking like, okay, so I'm in a much smaller space. I'm like, all right, now do I go wide and it's not that deep, or do I go long where it's like, is the depth, is more space for like sound waves to bounce or be absorbed by once I put my panels up, but it's real narrow, if I do it that way. So it's like, I like the challenge, you know what I'm saying?
You mentioned your panels. That's one thing. I've got to put my panels up, and I've just been lazy. I really should have did it before I moved the desk in.
How did you hang them? How were they hanging before?
On I don't know how to describe it. They were hanging on a wooden piece. I'm trying to think of a way to describe it. If you think of a triangle, not a triangle. Well, yeah, a triangle, but with a not an equal triangle, but like with steep sides. That's not okay. No, if you think more like a wedge.
Okay.
What was on the wall was the opposite of that wedge, so it would fit together to make like a block, if that makes sense.
It's not that you're doing a horrible job of explaining it. It's just I just need to see it, but I just need to actually see it. But
so that I didn't bring that with me, but I can hang them just because the depth of the panels. Yeah, even if I had a nail with the head big enough to hold, I can just hang it on that, and it should be fine.
Now, were these pre-made panels that you bought, or like did you DIY it? Like
somebody made them for me.
Okay, gotcha.
I want to put 1, 2, 3 here, and then 1 here. 'Cause I definitely hear, I definitely hear my voice bouncing even in the headphones, which is obviously annoying to me. But I just haven't taken the time to put those panels up, man. I need to. I'll get off my ass one day and do it.
Yeah.
Especially because they're in my laundry room. So anytime I do laundry, I've got to take them out the laundry room.
Yo, but that's smart. I mean, I don't know if you did that on purpose, but when it's things that you know you have to do, it's smart to actually put it somewhere that inconveniences you, because it's like, there's no way you're going to forget to put them panels up, because every time you're going to be reminded.
Yeah, I'd like to take credit for that as a genius move, but that's just where I put them.
See, and I figured that. That's why I said, but I ain't want to just play you like that. I was like, that's why I was like, I don't know if you meant to do it like that, but I mean, I knew you ain't mean it.
I mean, now that I think about it, I could at least sit them down on the floor behind on the wall and not hang them yet, but at least just
put them in a position where you want them to go.
Yeah, just up against the wall. And I mean, I'm not too lazy to do that. That I could do.
Man, it is crazy because I actually had rehung my panels in this room, but that was before like it became a co-work space.
And let me point out too that I also had to change my setup, this podcasting setup, my YouTube channel setup, because of not having those panels up yet. The end of last year, I bought the Earthwork Ethos mic, which is a condenser broadcast mic. I love that mic. Mic sounds great, but as we all know, a condenser mic isn't the best mic to use in an untreated space. So I didn't switch out the interface. I switched out the mic. I'm now on my PreSonus PD70, which is a dynamic broadcast mic, going into my PreSonus Revelator, which allows the DSP in it allows me to process things on the way in. So now I can add my gate, I can add my EQ, I can do all that stuff on the way in. Where the Revolution 6x6 interfaces I was using before, I couldn't do that. But I was in a treated space, so everything sounded fine.
Going back to what you were saying, I think what I would do differently is I would avoid, whenever I start to get tired or frustrated, because when you just packing box after box, that's when you stop caring. After, like, once you hit that wall, what I would do next time is, like, if I feel like that wall is coming on, just stop. Because the whole, I'm going to just throw this in that box, like, I figure it out later, is a headache, bro. Like in the moment is like, you feel good because you're like, whoa, I'm just glad to be done. But later, it's like procrastinating. It's like you having fun playing game, not doing your homework. But when that paper due in 2 hours and you can't do it, you're going to feel like crap, Yeah.
What I would do differently, one, I would definitely wrap the cables. That's for sure. I would probably go as far as to not only wrap them, but wrap them and label them as 10 foot, 15 foot. I meant to do a little TikTok rant about that, because when I was looking I knew I needed, when I reset things up, I'm like, okay, I need a 6-foot cable here, or I need a 10-foot cable here. Why are cables not labeled themselves?
That is stupid.
So yeah, I definitely meant. I'm glad I said that now, because I definitely meant to do a TikTok rant about that.
Some of them are though. I purchased cable from Sweetwater before that. I forget what you call the thing, but they're color coded. They have like the little rubber thing that maybe like a few inches long, like right around like where the connector is. And I think I've seen like a number on it before, like a length. Now I could be wrong, but
I'm going to say you're wrong just because I have a lot of Sweetwater cables and I haven't seen them on any of them.
I got it. I could be tripping.
But yeah, I would wrap them. I would label them. I would label them with the number of feet that they are. Now, sometimes I used to label the cables I already had. Like if I had a cable, like my Manly ELOP, I would tag that cable. I would write ELOP channel 1, just so I know if I need to grab that cable or something. This is what went to the ELOP. What else would I do differently? I would do it. And not that I waited to the last second. I mean, I guess I kind of did, but I definitely underestimated how long it would take me to get everything done. I was literally up until I think I laid down at like 7:30 in the morning, and then the movers called at like 7:45. So
no, I was right. I'm sorry. Our listeners can't even see this, but I'm about to send you a link. This is what I was describing, but that was so rude. I just got excited. I was like, yes, he was wrong. My fault. But nah, go ahead.
What else would I do differently? I definitely underestimated how much time it would take to do everything. And then I actually ran out of packing tape at like 4 a.m, which was awesome. I had to drive all the way to Hendersonville. Not that Hendersonville is too far from where I was staying, but it's a far enough ride. I had to go to Walgreens to get some packing tape. What else would I do differently? That's pretty much it. Yeah. That's pretty much it. It's not underestimating time, but definitely wrapping those cables, because that's annoying. And they're actually, even though I unwrapped them, now that I think about it, they're still probably jumbled back up because I put them back in the box once I got what I needed.
As you said that, I just realized, so I dumped a bunch of cables on the floor just to set up for the night because I was trying to rush and hurry up and grab what I needed. I'm like, bro, I could have been like wrapping these cables up like while we was talking, man. Because I told my wife, I'm like, all right, I'm not going to leave all this stuff on the floor. That'd be the worst, man. If somebody like imagine like you cook and you finna clean up the kitchen, like your girl just come in and like make a whole new mess. So it's like, I don't want to do that because that will agitate my wife. Understandably so.
But all right, we're going to wrap this episode up. This will be in the Facebook group, of course. Definitely comment on there. You know, we use those posts as like a discussion board for the episode. So I definitely discuss on there just the answers to the questions that we stated here. Was if you've moved your setup, what was frustrating about it, and what's a good thing about it, and what would you do differently next time if you had to move your setup? Definitely comment and let us know. And also don't forget to rate and review us on Spotify and Apple Podcasts. And now that we got this episode back, hopefully we are back on track to bring y'all more episode and more exciting guests in the future as well.
Yes, sir. Yeah, please forgive us, man. I hope y'all ain't forgot about us, because we ain't forgot about you.
All right, I'm Czar.
It's your boy O'Shea.
And we'll catch y'all next time.
Peace.